Hey there, Debbie and Lydia, and anybody else that may be added to this in the future. Just want to do a first run at a Church Online tutorial just to kind of walk through all of the different things that can be done and the back door of it. Just kind of a front look at this is from the user standpoint, just kind of walk you through. What we have is something that's on a constant loop. Right now we have the Waymaker song that's on that. And so when somebody comes on, that's our offline loop. And I'll show you a little bit more about how to put that in the admin side. But when people come on and there's not one of the services, scheduled services going on, they will see this looping. You'll also see the next service, the title, the date and time, and then it'll give a countdown, which is a really cool feature. Now, right now, what we have is set up. I believe it's either 14 or 16 verses, services, basically running Monday through Saturday is all 8 p.m. and 11:59 p.m. And then we also have on Sunday, and this is when the week officially starts. We start with the 9 a.m. and the 11 a.m. That's going to be in line with our in-person services. And soon, within the next couple of weeks, will be full live stream. So some of what we're talking about today will be adjusted based upon how that works. However, that being said, what will happen is this is when, and I'll show you again in the admin, but this starts basically the brand new week of services. So we just want to give people 16 chances to join in on a live or sim live or simulated live service. Of course, right now we have our logo there. I'll show you how to add that. The Connect with Us is will point to the if it'll get there, it's right now our Next.js card or our connection card. I won't go through all of this, but this is really just what we've been using ever since COVID hit. We will most certainly update this here within the next couple of weeks, definitely within the next month. But just so you're aware, that's where that leads them. It gives them an opportunity for prayer. That sends it off to our prayer team and to our team, our admin team that leads that. So let me jump back out of that. Need prayer, that leads to another card. Should. Let me hit the refresh button. I'm not sure why that's not. Okay, there we go. I see so that will then hit to, of course, our prayer hotline or our prayer card where they can let us know if they want us to pray for them, leave us a phone number if they want somebody to follow up with them. And then, of course, that engages that team, so I won't spend too much time there. Next is our groups. Now, this will be definitely utilized even more so in the coming weeks and will be updated as we're getting ready for our fall semester. As it's queuing up, I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Come on. Okay, I'm not going to wait for that to come up. But that will go to our groups, and that's actually our PCO. Yeah. So that'll go to our PCO, a platform where it's basically all the groups that we have available at the time. And of course, this will be growing. This list will be growing as we get ready for that semester. But this is where they can sign up. So just want you to know, want you to be aware is when people click on these buttons, that's where they'll go. I won't go through the Give one. Let me just go ahead and kick it on real quick. The Give one will go to a public giving version of our donations and generosity. Again, it's the same church center, planning center platform. And then the website itself will go to, let's see, okay, let me hit that. That will go to our cwcdallas.com or either our cwcathome.com website. We will be doing updates within the next month, Lord willing, with our website as well. But this just leads to our main church website, where they can connect to all the same things. I won't run through all of those tabs. That's another video for another day. But just know that will lead to our church website, and I'll at least let you see the front of it if you haven't seen it yet. I'll come back to it. But let's go ahead and go inside the actual portal as an admin. So I'm going to go ahead and set mine up. Let me get in there. Okay, so it's logging me in right now. I'm going to go ahead and click out of that to keep everything fresh. So again, you both are very familiar with this is our public chat, this is our host chat, this is our host info. We haven't really utilized the host info so much. This would just be something that if we wanted to equip our host as we go into the future to just have maybe some hyperlinks to things that are coming up that they could just go and do a quick copy paste and put it over there that maybe we didn't want for public consumption, but we just want them to have access to. You would have that and put that in there. And again, I'll show you in the admin where that's done. You know that the Bible is, and of course you're seeing the lead up to the time. You know, this is where you can pull up the Bible. This is the YouVersion app as it interacts with this platform, and then this is our schedule where it allows. Now, this is just again from the host platform, or part of the platform, if you will. So I won't spend a lot of time there because I know we've kind of gone through most of that. Let me just go to the admin part. And this is where we'll be doing most of our stuff. Now, I will tell you, there's some of this stuff that I know about. There's some of it that I know a little bit about, and there's some of it I know nothing about. So I'm going to try to address what it is that I actually know, and then point you forward to, again, helping tinker around and helping us experiment to know what to expect and know what all this tool can do. So one of the things you're going to see, and my screen's a little off center, hopefully you can see that in the bottom left hand corner, in that support tab, if you click that, you'll see updates. That's just going to take you to their blog, where you'll be able to see all the different things that they've done. I would say we need to be looking into this at least once a week, or at least whenever you see, I think it will give a little notification dot to let you know when there's an update. You can see newest ones have been 16 days ago, so nothing here within the last couple of weeks. But it's really good to be on top of all that they're adding, because that's going to help us as we tinker around and learn what all it can do. And then again, there's some other opportunities here with platform status. You can take a look at, for example, if there's a feed issue, you'll be able to see. We haven't seen any reports, no incidents lately. In August 3rd, this is where we had some issues. So sometimes we're going to learn. It's in our troubleshooting, if you will, rather than just assuming that it's our live feed or whatever it may be. Sorry, that is Brian. I'll be here. People in and out throughout the day. Hopefully I can edit that out. If not, there you go. Okay. All right. So, like I said, hopefully I can edit that out. If not, there you go. No big deal. So this is the overview, as it says, right there, the overview tab of our analytics. There's a few different things you can do with the with this here. You can obviously change the date range. You can do it by month. You can do it by, it'll give a few different filters where I think you can do that year over year, within the last 30 days, last week, things of that nature. And of course, you'll see spikes. This is when you're seeing our services happen. What's cool is, even though we haven't advertised, you can kind of see some people are jumping on at other times, which is, it's kind of neat. We can also see our attendance over the last 28 days. We can see it's down 30%, which is interesting because it actually has kind of been up in some ways. Or at least over the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's been up. So I'm curious to see what that does when the next report comes out. Anyways, you can see the total time attended, and all that is the sum of time attended by all attendees across all the services during this selected time frame that you saw up here. Right here, you can see the average time that people are on. So you can see that people are averaging being on at about 2 minutes at a time, maybe a little over 2 minutes, almost 3. This can be for any number of reasons. It could be because either they're not interested. It could be because they're having internet issues. It could be because some services are pulling in. It could be any number of reasons. I won't go into that. But basically, as you see, it's just each person attended across all services during the selected time frame. So this is inclusive of all our services. All right, and then salvations. This is something that is a little bit interesting for us. It's new for us as far as from a technology standpoint, a little bit different for us to have to sort through and work through what this looks like and how to be more effective here. Some of that can come, from the pulpit. Some of it can come from moderators as well. in some way. Obviously, we don't want to force people to be saved. But this is when people say, I'm agreeing not only with this message, but I'm putting my hand up because I'm committing my life to Jesus, or recommitting my life to Jesus. And then you're seeing the top attended services. I think that what's really neat about this is we're learning that our 9 a.m. is the most attended service. The unique attenders has to do with the unique, that can be from a iPhone, or from a phone, from an iPad, or some sort of tablet, or a computer. It could be, technically it could be the same person logging on all three, so just be aware of that. But it could be people that jump on, and maybe they jump to another platform, or they've jumped on this from another platform. But all the way you'll see this, it should keep in with what I think what's called their IP address, to know how many different people. These are unique people that are attending our services. And so you're seeing that we're doing really good, and you can see actually these last few weeks have been really powerful for us. Live prayer sessions, we actually shut that off, if you remember, but this is what we had Kay doing for a little while, where and myself, where if people were interested in prayer, we would just pray with them. Obviously, it's at zero because we're not utilizing it. I would like to get back there here in the next coming months. I don't have a timetable on that just yet. Obviously, we want to. The goal would be to start training and raising up some people that are only online, rather than our people that are already arriving in person. Live prayer requests speaks to the same thing. Average messages per session. So this right here is speaking to people requesting the live prayer, and then unique requesters. I won't go too deep in that right now because we're not utilizing. Unique hosts, these are how many different people have jumped on and are registered as a host. I know us three. I know Rejoice, Jessica. I know we're doing some training earlier on, so that's why it's a little bit higher. Offline prayer requests. These are ones, and I'll show you, I believe, somewhere else on another similar tutorial. But this is where people are clicking the button whenever the video, if y'all remember the video that would loop when we're offline, they can click a prayer and email us. And then these are people that are submitting their account, their emails, and signing up during this time. So I'm going to pause and just leave it right here, as we're just taking a general overview, and I'm going to create another deal as we look over services and a few other things as we go through. But this just kind of gives you an overview of what it looks like from the user experience, what it looks like, from what the screens look like, and the functions from the host experience, as well as, again, just looking at the analytics overview.